And a first alert out of North Fond du Lac. Firefighters from several departments spent part of the afternoon battling a garage fire that spread to other buildings. The fire chief says crews were called just after 12 to a garage fire on Illinois Avenue.
That quickly spread due to the wind and volume of fire to a residence next door, and also two garages behind the garage that the origin was in.
One home is considered uninhabitable. 5 people are displaced, with up to 2 more possibly forced out depending on the damage. No one was hurt and no pets were lost. The Fond du Lac County Sheriff's Office is investigating the cause.